reach the last class, so, but the thing is, anytime I'm watching the previous videos, I'm always getting it.
Okay.
So I just follow up with it today.
Let me share
I
my.
just I just watched your video. I read some things online. I comment.
Your video. I read. Okay. I don't need look at the thing. I do this. So I want to use my.
What did I do?
You said?
Yeah, opening the Adobe system. I like sharing. What did I do today?
Yes, I just finished the 4 hours training now.
4 hours.
Yes.
These are things scary now.
I just finished the 4 hours training and so I have some topics. So there's this function we explored when we were able to explore it because there are some properties that was not in place. That's why we were not able to explore it. The match function. The match function. You can zoom into my screen to see what I'm typing very well, right?
Yes, I'm only zooming in. Yes.
There's this way I can do it on my system, but I don't want to use my system to connect. I will just use okay. I think let's just move on from here. So this match function, what it does is it do a full scan, a full text match, but it cannot do it on normal table unless some conditions have been placed in the table. That table called uh, article. Let me check whether it's even on this table. So I'll create a table called articles. I'll use my DB. So I'll create a table called articles. Inside this articles table, I'll have ID. I want it to be int. I want it to. I can have auto increment. Primary key. I want to do a primary key too. So I want to have another column called title. Then a varchar, screen varchar with characters. I just have explained how varchar and char are different from each other. So I want it to be a text. Then this guy is very important. It's a full text. I want the title from my body to be a kind of full text. So to be a full text. I just created this guy. So I can do a select star from articles. So we have this guy, nothing is there. So I want to insert inside it. Insert into articles. I do the what do you call it? ID column. Since there's auto increment there, so you understand where to start from. Values. Just inside the values. So for the title, let's say I have my SQL. My SQL. Yes. This is that. Yes. Database data like that. There you go. So let's see. Insert another value. So let's see how to use. How to use my SQL shell. That is my SQL role. And I have a using my school. And this one is in this issue. And I will see. I want to put another thing. 1,000. One. Over. Skills. Want to build this. Agelu, how are you doing now?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. Good afternoon.
I want to insert all these rules inside it. Okay. So let's do it. So let's start again. So we have these guys. So now I want to use the match function to find some stuff. So I'm using so let's start from articles. Start from articles. Okay. Then match. Then we match title, comma body. Against database in natural language mode. This just returns anywhere you find the database in title, comma body. So for this first row, as you can see here, there is database there. So it returns this guy. Now the second row, there is no database. The third, the fourth, the fifth, but in the last, there's what? Right. So in the fifth, there's a database, and the sixth. So it's only for first and fifth we have this guy. So that is one way of doing this. That is one way of doing this. Let's look at uh, let me use this. If I should put something like this in SQL space this, let's see this guy. So this guy searches for where we have MySQL, then database, combined. Here we have MySQL and database. Here we have MySQL and database. Here we have MySQL. So it brings it in hierarchy. So what do I mean by that? You can see the first one return when you have MySQL and database. The first two when you have MySQL and database. Now this one returns when you have MySQL. Then it comes to when you now have only MySQL. Now you can see 4 and 6. You have MySQL in both title and body. So it rates this over where you now have MySQL in only just title. You can see how the matching
So
function.
according to the frequency of the word.
Yes, like exactly. So that the doing the hierarchy, the way it returns it is hierarchical. So there are different kinds of there are different kind of. I think you can use something like this. You can use something like I can put if I put a plus and a minus here, there's the way it's going to do this. I can use this one. What this one does is that find rows that contains the word uh, um, there's this way. It's not this format. In Boolean, I think we should have. There are so many ways Boolean would. So let me. So look at this now. So this one like checks for true or false. So what this one does is that it returns rows that has MySQL that contains the word MySQL but not database. So this one contains MySQL. You can see it does not return for database. Now if I put minus here, let me put minus here and put plus here in Boolean mode. You can see it does not return anything because actually if you look at the values that I have here, everything contains MySQL. So you cannot find any row that does not contain MySQL and has database. That's why you have a null result here. So there are so many of them. You can have if I put a plus sign here and a plus sign here, what it's actually going to do is it's going to find rows that contain both words. So let me do plus here. Plus now. So it only returns for those that contains both words. So there are so if I do something like put a plus sign there and put kind of I don't know the name of this sign. What's the name of this? What's the name of this sign? What's the name of this sign?
I don't know.
So actually, so what this one does is that it finds the rows that contains MySQL, but if the row also contains database, rate it lower than if row does not.
I don't get that thing.
So I said it finds it finds rows that contains MySQL, but if row also contains the word database, rate it lower than if row does not. So if it finds rows that contains MySQL and database, it's going to rate it lower than the one that does not contain database at all. So let's see. So you can see that here. You can see it's only the one that contains MySQL it returns. Then the one that contains database is now returned at before those ones that contain.
Last.
So MySQL. Then the ones that now contain MySQL and database is now brought next. Then before you now have the one with ordinary MySQL, and
So yours are okay, yours is for arrangements.
yes. So There's so many ways you can do that.
Like when they apply all these functions, maybe during the month, like when they apply it.
You can look at, so you can do, if you have something like this, a table that has this kind of format, and I'm looking some kind of uh you are looking for a particular
Keyword.
keywords exactly. So you can just include that keywords. Okay, where do you have something like this? Just like we get episode, but this one just does a full scan of the of the rows. You just a full scan of rows. Anywhere this thing occurs, you return that stuff, return the whole row, and let me see what is there. So so that
Yeah.
is, so there are so many functions like that. Now basically, so basically, what we will be, I think I have some stuff I want to talk about. Okay. So basically, we are going to explore what we call it, queries, sub queries, how we can, because when you are doing SQL, you might not necessarily have, when you go to a particular industry, they might not be using MySQL. It might be Oracle SQL they are using. It might be Sybase. It might be uh, SQL Server. So if you can understand the concepts, you should be able to.
That's it.
Yes, exactly.
'Cause I saw the one. I don't remember her name. The woman that took visualization. Honestly, was a bit different. Query was somewhat different from what I used to in the
Yeah,
past.
I think they use SQL Server. She's 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 in each transact. We are all consulting for each transact. So at each transact, they are using SQL Server. They have used Sybase, they have used MySQL. Now it's the SQL Server they are using. So if you are to stick to a particular RDBMS, then you won't be
That's a
able to.
problem.
But you have to, you don't have
You have to
to
be
just
agile.
add to, you have to be flexible. You have to be flexible.
Those
You
people
have,
that came on top, they said it. Like, have to be flexible and agile. You need to adapt to any tool.
yes, yes. So
Oh,
so let's, you said,
which one is more common in Nigeria, like in the industries? I
uh
think
I think Oracle is
okay.
one.
All
Yeah,
right.
Oracle and SQL Server. This is those two. So now, but if you know MySQL very well, you should be able to fit in Oracle. You should be able to just transit to Oracle very fast. So now I have this particular table, select star from BTC. So this table contains Bitcoin dataset, as you can see here. Now you have date here. Now the date of this guy starts from, what do you call it? First of uh, October now, 2013.
Yes, that's October.
We have closing price, we have opening price, blah 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 blah. Now I want to show you something. Select star from bit underscore ts. Okay, this, there's not much difference between that one and that. The difference is just that I've added another column called all average, open close average, high low average. So how do I get this? So this all average is just, okay, the average of these four columns is this guy. open close average, the average of these two columns is this guy. High low average, the average of these two columns is this guy. So let me see another one. So let's start from BTC underscore all underscore average. So all underscore UG. That's the thing. This is just for the this is just the date and the all average. It was generated from this guy. So what I just did to get this guy is that I just created a table called this guy as select date and this guy from this guy. Do you get that? So it's like,
Actually, yes, but can you write it again? Like, again, it's table from.
so this is what I'm saying. This is what I just did. Create BTC underscore all underscore TS as select select it, comma all underscore avg from this. So create table, rather create table this. So first of all, this one is going to select this. So this one will now be created as a table for this.
Yes.
So that's how I generated this particular table. Now we have this guy. Let me comment out this guy. So in okay, I'm not this one. Let me select that. So in real life, you have a lot of challenge. You have a lot of questions. Then you have the data. All you just need to write a query to now solve the problem. So that is what you meet in real life. You don't just select star, select column, do all that stuff. So let's coin a. Now if I should pick this data now, I should go to Excel. You have pivots and all of that. Now what I want to do is that I want to create a pivot with this table. No, let me use this table. I want to create a pivot to this table. Now what is the pivot I want to create exactly? Now I want to create a pivot that for this particular, okay, for closing price now, for a particular month. Now this place is going to be like a year, 2013. I don't know the number of days we have here. 2013, 2013, 2014, 2015. So this column is going to be for a year. Then for all these columns, I'm going to have January, February up to December. Now what I want to create is that for 2013 January, what is the closing price? For 2013 February, what is the average closing price? No, not closing price now, average closing. So I'm going to calculate the average for a particular month. Okay, I now have it here that okay, January 2013, this is the average closing price. February 2013, this is the average closing price. To December, then do it for all the year that exists in this table. I hope you understand what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So
Want to do for each month.
yes, how do we now transit from this general table to that table that I have in my head? You cannot. I don't necessarily need to create a table. I can just do a select and see how the thing. The select is just like a view, a temporary table that you can see. So I don't need to create it as a table. Then how do we now create that temporary table that we can see that oh, you have entered a pivot table on this table that we have here. So that's the question. Where do we start from here this now? So if you have a problem, first of all, you need to pen some things down. Write things down. There's a way Josh too funny used to say it. You pen. How does that guy used to so that you don't let things. Who used to listen that? Who used to listen to that guy? So you start jot things down so you don't let things. Am I the only one that listen to that that used to see that guy talk that way?
It's just too funny, right?
Uh,
Just things down, just things down. I wish I
so
had some
that
wisdom.
so that you know do what.
I don't know
So
for the
how,
person.
so how do we get started? How do we get started? That's the question. What's the first thing to do?
Mm.
Hmm. I'm still trying to think about it, but
So first of all, we have to picture how we want our data to look like. So I'll go back I'll go to my whiteboard marker. I want to show us. So let me go to our studio. I want to show us something. So this is exactly how our table is going to look like. I don't want to open this guy. So this is how our table is going to look like. Exactly like this. Yeah. First I'm showing you. Don't mind this guy. Is this guy I want to see. So these are our tables going to look like. 2013 January average closing price is this. 2013 February. So our table wants to look like this exactly. So that is what we want to create. So how do we now go from that general table we have to this kind of table we are talking about here? Hello, I can't hear you. You are thinking about it.
Yeah, actually, I am. Yeah, I'm trying to get a picture into my head. So,
Okay, let's get the picture. Let's get the picture. So I'm giving us 3 minutes more to get the picture to start something.
I think maybe we can do match function for 2013. That's for the month. That
Maybe
work.
you can do what?
You can use the match function.
The mass function. So what do
Yes,
you
like
want
the
to
match.
what do you
So
want to do?
anytime, anywhere 2013 and 10 is appearing. I don't know if that work.
I'm still trying to get what you are saying.
You're
So
trying to
just
disturb me. That was not
just just
correct.
just give me. Should I start typing for you? Do you want to write the code? Like
No,
so I
I'm
can
not, I'm
get
not sure. I'm just trying to. I'm not sure it's working. So
so
I'm not saying.
anything you have to try it out in SQL to see the results. So you are not sure whether something is going to work. First of all, try it out. Will it work? Then see the results. Okay, if the result is not what you want, then okay, take another way to tweak it. So if you don't try it out, you won't know whether it's making sense in your head. So if you are trying it out, it might not really make sense in your head. But it might make sense in your head, but you have to still put it in the SQL environment and try it out and see how it looks like.
Uh, but can we use the match function in this particular case?
The what? Max.
No match. I think we just talked about match function. Yeah.
You cannot use. So why do you want to use match? What do you want to use match to achieve exactly?
It cannot work. No, it cannot work. That's the person, but it won't work. It won't work.
So now, first of all, let me tell you what should go on in your head. First of all, you want to find average closing price. Let's first of all write that down. So let me just copy this guy and copy this. I want to copy the field name. I want to find average closing price. Abina,
Yes.
now I want to find average closing price. Yes, but this average closing price, we need it to be for each some particular month.
Which
Okay,
months? Yeah.
for a particular month in a particular year. So we need the year to come into place now. There's the function we call year function. So if I pass year date into year, so this is the date column now. If I should pass date into the year function, it's going to return the year only. So it means that, first of all, let me come to this line. Let me comment this guy. So first of all, you have to explore. So if I do something like this, select year of date from BTC. You can see 2020, 2013, it gives me the year, 2014, like that, for each column that it's returning, for each row that is returning in the data set. So now, as I can retrieve year, I can also retrieve the month using month. But I don't need it to retrieve. If I retrieve month, it's going to give me the number, like the corresponding number index for each month. So January will be 1, February will be 2, but I need the name. So I'll use month name function. So date, I'll pass the date to this one. If I do this, it's going to give me something like this. So this is for October 2013, October 2013, October 2013. Then, so after the end of October, like maybe 31st, maybe 31st, October 31st, I don't know. So November 2013 is each entry. Can you see the picture?
Yes, that's it.
So now, okay, can you tweak out something from this again now? Because I actually need the year, I actually need the month. Good. So we have found a way to achieve that. So let me call this guy year. Let me call it year. Let me call this one month name. So let me say month name. Month name. So now I need this guy to come in place now. I'll put it here, comma, average closing price. So let me call it AVG underscore and yes underscore price. Now we know what we call, if you use aggregating function AVG with columns, you have to use the group by clause. Now, since I'm needing average closing price, so I'm going to tell the result. Normally, all the aggregating function is going to return a single result. So if you take, maybe for example, a department or a faculty, maybe faculty of science in a particular university, if you use average number of students, should I use average? So average score of students in faculty of science. If I use that function for faculty of science, it's going to give me the average score, maybe in mathematics exam, of all the students in faculty of science. But I'm not interested in the overall total. Okay, I want you to group this average result based on department in each faculty. So that's when the group by clause will come in. So now, in this regard, I need you to group it by year and by month. So it means for 2013 October, a particular average price will be returned. For 2013 November, do you get the picture of what I'm trying to say?
I'm not really guessing it.
So if I use a group by now, say group by year, you know the year is the column name now, but I won't put year because that guy does not understand what I'm talking about here. So I'll say year date. I can just so let me put this here so I can see what I'm talking about. Year, comma, month name. That's the by the column name. So what this one is going to do is that first of all, this particular result is going to give me the year for each row. This one is going to give me the corresponding month name for each row. So and I'm telling him to find average closing price, and I'm grouping by year and month name. So what it's going to do is that 2013 October for the data that's for October 2013. So from October 1st to maybe October 31st, find the average closing price. So for 2013 October, you have average closing price for that. Then for November 2013, find the average closing price. You know this the data is daily. Abi now.
Yes, I know it's daily.
So do you understand what the group by will do now?
Yeah, I get it now.
So let me run this query now. So you have your results here. 2013 October is the average closing price. 2013 November, 2013 December, 2014 January till 2020 July. That's the end of it. Does that make sense to us?
Maybe.
Yes.
But I don't like the way it's returning this average closing price. Is the decimal are too much. I want to round it to two decimal places. I'll use the round function and specify the number of decimal places I want. So I'll put it to here. I have this. But this is not the end. This is not the end. This is not what we want to achieve. But we are a step, we are one step ahead. We are one step. Is it one step ahead? I should use that. So we are getting there. So what's the next thing we want to achieve? Now, I want to start that okay, it's only year that will be here. Then all these places will now be January to February, blah blah blah. It means that in that regard, I will have how many columns? A column for year, a column for January, a column for February, a column for so that's 13 columns in total, right?
Yes, 13. 12%.
Okay, okay, good. So this is where subquery comes in. Now this is a this is going to become a subquery now. This result I've just generated. So it's from this result we are going to build on what we want to do. So now we are going to select first of all before I go to this place. This has become a subquery. I'll put a bracket here. I'll put another bracket to close it here. So this is a table on its own. If I should run this, I will have this result that you are seeing here, right?
Yeah.
Now, what we want to generate now, we want to select it from this place, from this table, which is this select statement. So this is a table on its own. So we are going to give it an alias. So let's say, let me call it AA. I'll give it an alias. There's no crime. Now, I don't know why it's giving me this stupid error. I don't know. So that's by the way. So we want to select from this table now that we have generated, which you are seeing the results here. So what do you want to select from it? I want to select here. We need year, don't forget, as the first column. Good. Now, I cannot select year. I'm going to reference the guy I'm taking the year from, which is this subquery. So I'll put aa.year. Are you following me?
Yes.
Now, I need January data. I need January data. So what I'm going to write a case statement. Now, when um, AA dot month name equals to January. Though I don't need the month name. I don't need the month name to. I just need the month name for the condition I want to write. So for January is capital J. So whenever month name is January, return the average closing price. So AA dot abg underscore closing price. I have ended my first case statement. So I will now say end as January. So I just write JAN. So this is the column for January. Now, if I want to do for February, I will just copy this statement without wasting much of our time. So this thing is going to be long. I'll just write it in the next line. Like this. January. So this guy is going to be like, okay, let me just okay. Then comma. Then I'll copy again in 12 places because we have 12 months. Are you with me?
Yes.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I don't need to do this. So I think this is basically all. So I'm selecting all this from here, from this guy, right? Then I will edit this one. This one is going to be February in this regard. February. Then this one will be Feb. I'll call this one Feb. This one will be March. I'll call this MAR. R A MAY. June. This one will be JUN. And this one is July. Then August. AG. September. Then this is set. Then October. Then November. NOV. And December. then this. Are we clear to this stage? Now look at DEC here. It's giving me a blue color. I don't like it. I just put it in quotation mark. Doesn't matter. In quotation. In quotes. Are we clear to this stage?
Yes, yes. But why is the days giving showing blue color?
He said
The days, why is it showing blue color?
it means a keyword. It's a keyword in MySQL. So can we move on now?
Yes.
I would then I would have to do a group by. Wait, hold on before I talk see what I want to say. Okay. I don't necessarily okay. So I'll go by here. Though it might not really count. I'm not using analytic function. So AA dot here. I think this is capital letter. Okay. Now let's look at how this guy is going to look like. Now look at how it looks like. It's not making sense at all. Let me copy this guy. It's not making sense at all. So, and I will tell you why it's not making sense. So I will just to avoid this, I will just move this group by close. Then I run it again. And this is what we have. This is what we have. So if you have this, and now one step ahead again, because what it's doing is this is picking each and every one of them, because if I'm using a group by, I'm not using any aggregating function. So there is nothing. Wait, first of all, I can actually override this by doing something like this. Let me put another group. Okay. Then let me use the sum. You know, from this result, I can assume that if I just take the sum and do a group by, for each column it is unique. It is unique. Now for 2013 October, you can only have one like this. For 2013 November, you have only one result. But the way he's doing it now, he's picking each and every one of them. There is now returning it based on all of the months. So for this particular rule, October only occurs once. For this particular rule, so it's returning everything. Do you get? But I don't want it to return everything. I want it to return just one result of 2013, depending on the the value for October, November, and December. So the way I can do that is to use the sum function. So if I should sum this guy and group by 2013, this one is going to give me, it's not going to give me anything. So January will be null, this will be null, this will be null. Then October will just be this guy, right? November with this guy, December with this guy. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I can just come here and put some of this guy here and put a sum here. So I can just copy this and paste it here. So if I just put sum from the first instant, you might not really catch what it is doing. So that's why I have to do that. Okay, sum 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 here. Then in this case, I have to use a group by then. Sum So here goodbye AE dot here. It's not still working. So how do we achieve to override this rubbish it is giving us? So the way he's doing the sum is this. So he's doing the sum on each. Let me pick this first. Let me run this query so you understand what I'm saying. So he's doing the sum. The way he's doing it is this. You take everything here, sum of this average closing price. You know it's picking from this guy. It will pick all the sum in this guy where it finds January. So anywhere there is January here, it pick the sum and come and load the sum. No, because 2013 does not have value. That's why this one is null. But from 2014, so it picks the sum of everything and come and drop it here of the average closing price. But I don't want it to do it in that manner. So that's why you have this. I'm showing you this again. So to now override this, I'll remove this goodbye first of all. So first of all, let me just do undo. Remove all the sum that I put here. Yes. Then run this again. So this another step of the code. I think we are on the same page here. Another step of the code. Hello.
Answer.
Now we are going to do this another subquery again. So I'll put a bracket here. This query starts from here, then it ends here. I can call this one BB. But I might not really make use of this anyway. So the next select statement. So this is selecting. You can just select AE dot here. From here, I can just type Jan. If it doesn't work, I will have to call the table I'm picking from. Jan, Feb. Sorry. So this one I'll just say sum of Jan. Find the sum for each column. Sum of this, sum of this, sum of this, sum of this to this place. Then group by year. So if I'm grouping by year in that regard, sure you get. So sum of January by 2013, nothing. Sum of February, grouping by 2013, nothing. But it comes to here, sum of this by 2013 is going to return this result. Then for November, return this result. Since each value is unique to each month. For January, you only have one. You don't have any value for 2013. But for October now, you have only one value for 2013. For November, one value. So each value, only one value corresponds to each month in a particular year. So using the sum function just works perfectly for me to get my result. Sum February. Sum March. Then put the column in as March. Sum as April. Some May. As May. So some, what am I summing again? Some June, that's June. So this one is speaking from this inner, from this another query. So it's going from this first query here to this one, now to this one. So call this one June. So you write a lot of subquery. August. Or depending on what you want to achieve, you can write subqueries. So subqueries is very common when you are when you're working with real life data and you need to get a particular result. From August, September, October, some November, call it November, then some call it days. I'll just give this. So from here, from this guy, from this select statement, I'm having, it's showing me an error. I don't know where the error is from. Let me see. Some days, call it this, some days, call it this. Okay, I think the error is from here.
There's no July there.
May, June, July. Oh, there's no July. Yeah. Some July. That means you are following. So let me just, I'll just have to do this. So let me reference this so that I won't have any issue. bb dot this. bb bb dot bb dot. You know why I'm doing that now? Dot. Dot bb dot. Then dot this. So then I have to go by. So go by here. aa dot here. Sorry, let me put bb dot here. So go by bb dot here. Is it supposed to be capital letter? So go by bb dot here. Are we cool to this this stage? Are we cool to this stage before we run our query and see the result?
I think so, yeah.
You don't have to think so. You have to be sure that you are.
Yeah, you can check the results, yeah. You can check the results.
This is what you are. You see the result. So this is absolutely what we need. So does this make sense to us at all? Do we need to go by it again?
I didn't really get the last query, like the first line.
This part.
Yeah, I didn't get that part.
So first of all, let's start from here. This one. You understand this part now?
Yeah, I got this.
This one give us this guy. So it's from this guy we are writing this second query. So this second query is picking the year. It's going to pick the year. Now, these columns we are creating, January to December, is dependent on this month name and the average present price. So what are we achieving from that? We are telling it that, okay, when month name is January, give me the average closing price, end that result as end the column and give it a column name called end the operation, call it January. So we are creating a column called January. Okay, when month name is February, give me the average closing price corresponding to where month name is February. So we did that to December. So what this is going to do is this. This is selecting from this result that we have here. So what it's going to do is this typically. 2013, where we have 2013 here now, for 2013 we don't have for year 2013 we don't have any place that there is January, right? There's no January for 2013. So for January 2013, that place will be null. Are you with me?
Yes.
So for January 2013 to October 2013, for that first, so it's going to pick for this first one. Check for this first one. So throughout of January to December, nothing shows. So that was going to do for this. So for this, it's going to correspond to everything. Now, then until it gets to October. So wherever we have October, it's going to put 149.46. But for the other column, for January to maybe, what do you call it, to September and November and December, nothing will be there. So first of all, let me run this. So let me run the inner query to this place. So you have this. So it looks at the what's the first occurrence, October, but January and the other column, there's no occurrence. So what's the next occurrence? November, but others is going to be empty. What's the next occurrence? December, others is empty. So it goes to 2014. 2014 started from January. So for January, this is the occurrence. Then everything, all other things, empty. For February, we have this value, all other place empty. It does that in this format to December, as you can see here. Now, from this result we have here, we are now doing this final query again. Now, this one is going inside this table to pick something. So what is it picking? It's picking the year. Then, okay, take the sum of the entries in January, February. As you can see, I wrote some January, February, up to December. Now, you are going to help me to group that result by year. So for 2013, what's the sum for January? Nothing. For 2013, what's the sum for February? Nothing. It is nothing up to September. Then October, it takes the sum. What's the sum? 149.46 plus nothing plus nothing. So what the sum function does is that it excludes no values. When you are doing sum, it excludes no value. Unlike in R, if you do sum for rows that have no values, it's going to return a null value for you, unless you specify that you are omitting the null values. So, but in SQL, it's going to skip the null values for you. So this is going to sum all the entries in October in year 2013. So we have these three, but the sum is still this guy. For November, the sum is still this guy. For December, it's going to, so everything is going to fall under 2013. So no. Then October, we have this. Then November, we are going to have this. Instead of splitting it in three places like this, then it's going to go to February, 2014 rather. What's the sum for January? It's going to do everything here up to this place. But the result is going to be this guy because everything is null except on this guy. Are you with me?
I'm following.
So for February 2, it's going to do the same thing, which is going to return this guy exactly because I'm grouping by year. So this guy is only the one that occurs in February 2014 rather. Then it does to this place to return the results in a single row. So that's what this guy does. So that's why when I run this, we have this result. So for January 2013, nothing occurred. to September. But October you have this guy, November you have this guy, December you have this guy. For 2014, this is what you have in January in that regard. But you know that the data ends for 2020 July. That's why for August to December 2020, you don't have anything. So I believe you should be able to replicate this result on anything you need to do, calculate pivoting and all that. So that is by the way. That is by the way. So we are able to achieve this. So we've learned something from here. That's brilliant. So we have learned the art of using the group by writing subquery and all of that. So subquery, it's you go from the inner, from inside to outside. So it starts from here. It starts from here. And after this one is achieved. So it's like a job. First of all, it's going to run this guy. So after the result of this guy is achieved. So from this guy, this guy is going to select from this guy. So after this guy successfully selected from this guy, then this guy will select from what this guy has selected in that regard. So it's kind of beautiful. It's beautiful. So if someone to give you a script and you have a series subqueries and all of that, so you just go from inside outside, from inside outside. So this subquery is an example of an uncorrelated subquery. So what do I mean by uncorrelated subquery? Because this inner query does not depend on what this guy is going to return. In case of correlated subquery, there's no way I can run this guy without having to know what this guy is going to return. So it's kind of funny. You might run some kind of uncorrelated subquery, but in real life you might not. Uncorrelated subquery is not really where it is used when you are using a where clause. A where clause is when you use uncorrelated subquery. You use where something. So in that case, you are doing select something. You are doing a select from a particular table where another select. So instead of putting a condition, your condition is going to be a select statement. So in that regard, so what your select, the select you have inside your where clause might depend on what the result of the outer query is going to return. So that's where, but in real sense, you might not really get to deal with correlated subquery. Now let's see. Let's move further. I don't know whether we have. So let's test our knowledge a little bit. I'm looking for a particular table I can use. Let me go to. I don't want to go to Sakila. Maybe I should go to Sakila. Let's see some stuff there. See, Sakila has so many tables. Then sometimes it's just when you have a lot of tables, and you know. Okay. Let me do something. Let me do a selector from actors table. You can see the data is arranged in alphabetical order, so don't mind it. From actor. So I have to select the circular database. That's what I'm going to do. What's inside this guy? Actor ID, first name, last update. Okay, good. You have this information. You can write it down. You can write it down somewhere here and say for actors table. Actors. You have actor ID. I want to do something. First name. Okay. First name. last name, comma, last update. I want to write a query that depends on another. You want to query a particular table that the condition is dependent on another table. So, so this is what I mean. We want to select from table A where condition is dependent on table B. So first of all, let me see. I've selected the actors table. Where can I which one can I shift with? Let me do a select star from customers table. So let me see, since I'm using actor, so let me do select star from maybe film actor. Let's go actor. Actor. In this case, I have film ID and last update. I also have actor ID here. Actor ID for the customer, for the film actor. Actor ID, film ID, and we have last update. Now, I want to do something like this. I want to select star from actor where actor ID in where actor ID in the actors table is in this particular table. I don't know whether I'm making sense to you at all. So what I'm saying is that so select star from this particular table if the actor ID that is in this table exists in this table. Sure you get. So what are the actor IDs that are in film actor table? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this film actor table? Okay. Okay, this film actor table. We have 1, 2. Let me just select max actor ID so that I will know. Select these things actor ID. So we have 1 to it's not true. 1 to 200. We have 1 to 200. So how many actors are even in the actors table itself? Let me see actors table. It's telling me that let me see. We also have 200. It's not really. I don't want this case, this scenario. So let me see. Select star. Film. Yes. So let's start from film. Okay, I have this. I have these results. I have film ID. Last this year. Okay, I don't even see what I'm looking for here. Let me check the customer. I have email, customer. What about film category? I have film ID and the likes of them. Hmm. I didn't see what I want from film actor. Okay, what about okay, this is the title, this is the I have film ID. This star from film text. What's the let me see the this has film ID. This also have film text and film has film ID. I don't know why that is happening, but this table is too large for me to explore what I want to explore. So let me just use this database data. Let me use the country data in the watch database. Select from country. I have this. Select from city. Mm-mm. This will not help me too. So jejely, let me use the SQL child table. So and I want to see, okay, employees now. So I want to select employees. Look at the offices table now. We have this guy. Now suppose so the office ID is 1 to 10, right? Quite alright. Suppose I want to check for offices that does not have employee inside them. That maybe there are some offices that there are no employees inside those offices. So they have not maybe they have not employed a particular employees. I can say select start from offices. Since there's office ID in the employees table, I will say where offices not exist, not exist, not exist, say select office ID. Sorry, let me sorry. This the where not exist office ID. ID in this guy. So let's start from offices or maybe the other one. Where office ID. Let me put not in. Let me try not in then. I can see not existing. So here you can see that office ID 6789 does not have employee. You can confirm that in the employees table. So in the employees table, you cannot see 6789 office ID here. So it means that from here, you have validated a particular, you just queried office ID conditioning on another table called employees table. You can do that quite alright. What if I don't want to use not in? So not in is just like, this there's what we call what do we call it again? We call it single and multiple. There's what we call it. I can't remember. So this particular subquery, if I should run it now, you can see. Sorry, not that way. So this returns more than one result. So you are doing, you are checking this guy based on the multiple results this guy is returning. Now I cannot come here and say not equal to using this to have an error, because this kind of operator does not work with multiple subquery results. So this subquery is returning multiple rows. It does not deal with multiple rows. So if I should put this, it won't make any sense to it. It's going to return an error, as you can see. But me putting this is saying that, okay, go into the results you have here. So wherever there is this office ID is from offices. So the office ID in offices, check the ones that are not in this guy. So return. So let's start from offices based on the office ID that does not exist in this guy. That's what this guy is doing. So I want to try and check whether I can use the not exist. It's not. Let me see where exists. There's a mix of where there's something I'm not putting here. I should put in is going to return based on any office ID that matches with this guy. It's going to return for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. But the one that's not in it, not in. So, but that's what I'm actually interested in. So it means that this offices does not have employee. There is no employee in them according to this result. I hope you are making sense. Hello. Are we still on the call?
Yes, you are.
Yes,
Yes, I'm here.
still on the call. Okay. So that is one way. That is by the way. So another thing is this. Okay, before we go to that, let me introduce you to stored procedures and views. So I think I've done this. I've created this one as a view. If I should open this now, you will see there is this view I created in this place. I called it TSBTC. So if I want to view it, I will just click on this icon. is the result I generated while writing the pivot table we just created. Yeah. So how do you create a view? And what is the essence of creating a view? So this result we generated, we can create it as a view. Now this is the result. Right, alright. Wow. So I was not using a particular database. That's all. So this is the result. Quite alright. So now remember, this is a select statement. All of these results that are generated is a select statement. Now suppose you want to make use of these results maybe later, and you don't want to create it as a table. You don't want to create a table. You can create a view. A view is just like a temporary table. So that is temporary table. Like uh let's say you're watching a video. You're watching a video and there's this particular dress someone wore in the video, and you you want to see that dress, like you want to send it to someone, or you want to just keep the dress on, like it's just a stationary view. You can just pause the video and do a screenshot of that part. So that's exactly what views do. So instead of having me to watch the video all over again to now see the particular dress I'm looking to, that particular dress that person wore, I can just screen grab that particular scene, so that I will just go to where I see pictures to see the particular picture that person wore. So I want to create this guy as a view, so that when next I just need to see this result, I'll just do a select star on that view. As simple as that. So how do you create that? I'll just come here to the upper part of the select statement wherever. I will just say create view. Then, then put the view name. So let's say my view. Create my view as this guy. So I just run this code. So it has run. I will refresh this guy. Then I'll go to, you can see that the view is already there called my view. Can you see that?
Yes.
So if I want to see the rubbish that we just generated using this whole query, I don't need to having to type the whole of this again, having to run the whole of this again. I'll just do select star my view. And we have this. So that's one. Now I want to open another tab. So there's what we call procedure. Now, what's the essence of creating a procedure? Now, this is the essence of creating a procedure. Let's say you have how should I talk about this first? Okay, I don't know. Okay, before I do that, I will probably want to talk about something before I do that. So let's talk about triggers. Maybe tomorrow we talk about we do an intro to. So what's the essence of creating triggers? So I might, maybe in a particular table, I want to follow the operations on that table. Maybe the insertion of rows into that table. First of all, uh, let me create a table. Let me create a table called Put a call my trigger, my triggers. So what's going to be inside it? Let's say, let me say, let me put an ID. This is not necessary anyways. Primary key. Sorry. So let me say I have a body, then back. Yeah. I'll close this. Sorry, back sharp. And I'll close this table. I say select star. Let me drop this table. I don't like to be created the table. My trigger. I'll drop the table. So I want to give it an auto increment first. What is edit? My so let me select start from guy. I can create it to see the table. This is the table I just created. It's empty. So I want to create a trigger. So first of all, let me write something. Create trigger. So let me call it test trigger. Test trigger. Say when like insert into let me use articles. Okay, I want to say before. Okay, let's say before insert into articles. Let me now see. That's the articles table I have here. I can say something like this. I want you to do something for me. Start into say so I think this should be here. Insert so this is supposed to be IN. The one who inserted into what's that table I created again? My triggers.
A trigger.
Yes. Insert
Hmm.
into my triggers before inserting into articles. Then say and then begin why is it insert into so the reason I'm putting okay uh, this I'm having an sorry I'm having an error here. I don't know why I'm having this error. I don't know why I'm having this error. It's good. See, I want it to be insert into this guy. So the essence is that before it's going to insert into this a particular table, maybe articles table, I want it to tell to insert this content one row inserted. So to do this for every row, so before it insert into this particular what do you call it, this particular table articles, then insert this guy into this guy. So I'm still trying to look for so hold on, I want to show myself. I want to show myself. I want to look for something. So hold on. Uh, okay. So sorry about that. I've seen what I'm looking for. So let me share my screen again.
Into the trigger cascade.
Uh, this that's this guy test trigger so before inserting into this guy, before inserting into this articles guy, before insert on this guy, I want you to do something. So for each row, can say you should begin insert test created. So I think I will have to load this guy first. Create trigger, blah blah blah. So before insert on this guy, for each row begin insert into this guy. So what do I want it to insert inside? What do I call it again? One row inserted. Yeah, I can end this guy with this. And this is going to be, then we have this. So first of all, let me explain this guy. First of all, this guy, the reason is that I want to write something inside this guy. Now it's telling that, okay, first of all, change the delimiter, and actually the delimiter is this guy, this semicolon. So it shows at the end of a particular query. Okay, so I want to change the delimiter to this guy. Now for this particular query, I want to write. So it means that after I've written the whole of this rubbish here, this is the end of it. This is the end of it. Then this one is saying that, okay, now change my delimiter back to this guy instead of this guy. So create trigger, test trigger. So before insert on this particular table called articles, for each row I insert, start inserting into this test trigger that I created. Oh, sorry, not test trigger, my triggers. Start inserting into my triggers. What? This guy. So I can run this guy. So the trigger has been created. So now, if I should come here, this is place I created a table. Where is the table? Okay, this is where I created it. So let's say I want to just insert into this guy now. Okay. I want to insert into this guy. So what do I want to insert into it? So I can just change this guy. So maybe I want to put something like trigger so maybe I want to change something like this. Blah 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 blah. Now, what happened? It's saying that couldn't doesn't match. Column count doesn't match value count. Oh, sorry. No. What is it now saying? It's only one value, right? Two value I inserted now. Wait, let me check what I inserted. Before I insert an article for each row, begin inserting to my trigger. So let me actually see what happened first. So let me do a select star articles before I know what's actually happening. Let me remove this. Okay, it didn't insert. So now I don't know what actually happened to this guy, why it didn't insert. Let me refresh again. Or let me run this and insert. Why? Why am I doing that? You have issues. You have issues. Okay. Okay. Let me use another table. Say this table. Let me see the SQL class table. Okay. So I have to create another trigger in this case. So let's try and create another trigger. Let's call it trigger test one. So let's use SQL class in this. So before inserting for each row, we're going to insert to this guy. Okay. So let me run this guy again. So I've created another trigger. So let me try insert into this guy now. Insert into SQL class. So first name, let's say Abiodun and gender, male, say email, say abc@gmail.com. So let me try and insert into this. Okay. So let me specify values. Do I have to specify the ID? Let me specify the ID. The column count doesn't match value count at 1. Let me put 8 here and do the insert again. I think I know where the issue is again. So what I'm going to do now is that maybe because of this guy that I did. Let's start from my triggers. Anything there yet? Okay, nothing is there. So I will drop this table again. So maybe I don't need to put this guy. I don't need to put light color. So let me put this. Then do a select account. Maybe that one's not necessary. So let me try and select it for this again. Now I don't know what is now I don't know what is wrong again. Oh, date of birth. Date of birth. Oh, I didn't specify. You have address too. So let me just put this. For column JB at row 1. Saying that incorrect date value. Incorrect date value. Okay. Let me put a date. 12, 25, sorry, 2019, 12, 24. Okay. Started. So let's do a select star from our trigger now. So you can see one row inserted. So for that row that I inserted, you have this particular result. So if I should insert another row, it's going to come here and insert, put one row insert again. For each row I insert. So I can come here and change this guy to after. So it means that after I have inserted, that's when it's going to. So after I've inserted into this particular table, that's when it's going to put this guy. However, if it is before, it means that before the insert is going to occur on that table, it's going to do this. So it's just that to keep track of what is happening in a particular table. Maybe you are interested in that particular table. So if anybody should perform any operation, it's going to what do you call it? It's going to update this particular table that one row inserted. Maybe in this case we want to check if anybody should delete. So in this case, maybe I want to create the trigger 2, the test trigger 2. I want to say for each row before delete, I can say before delete on this guy. So before you delete anything from this guy, for each row, begin inserting to my trigger value, say one row deleted. So one row deleted. So if I should create this trigger now, so another trigger has been created. So if I should come to this table and try and delete something from here, from this particular SQL class, so I should write something like delete maybe from SQL class. So what's the ID again? Here student ID is equals to 8. Yes. I should run this query now. It has been deleted. Student ID 8 has been deleted. So if I should go to this guy and do a select star for my trigger and see one row deleted. It has updated this guy to say one row deleted. I believe you get the concept.
Yes.
So, and there is one thing again, this is going to be the final thing I would say for today. You are creating a table. Let's say let me open a particular. You have these guys. Let's create first particular. Where is it again? This one is opening workbench. I don't want this. So, hey, where is it again? I think I don't have downloads. SQL. Okay. So let me open this guy. I receive now. But don't disturb me, Charlie. Why should I even save it as like this now? So let me say this. Okay, it replaced it. So I don't know whether I have something like that here to reference to. If I don't have, I'm going to talk about it. Look at this. So we are going to talk about this. More importantly. Blah blah blah. So we have something like undelete cascade, we have undelete set null. So you can read more about it, but I'll talk about maybe undelete set null, undelete cascade, and all of that. So let me use this guy for example. So it's just for you to get the concept. Let me look at the particular guide I can use. So you can just get the concept. So let me just choose. I want to pick one that I can use to reference. So let me use this that guy so that I'm okay. So I'll just use this one so I can create video things. So come here. So you have this guy here. I don't really need everything here. Comment everything out. So first of all, let me show you what we have here. So you have this guy now. So suppose I want to create another table called let me say I want to create a class. But this guy does not have. Okay. So let me create what we call how can I relate student ID and something. If you have the student ID there. Oh, let me just create a random table. So random just for you to get the idea. So create table. So what's going to be inside the table? So when we say I have ID, which is int, primary key. I want to put auto increment. Then I want to put something like what we call name. So let me put first name. I don't necessarily need last name. So now I want to put student ID here. Yeah, student ID. Student ID. This should have been created. This should have been created on this particular table. This should have been created on this particular table, but but I think it won't make sense using this. So let me just go back to this place. Let me see the one I can use to explain what I have on here. Now, look at this guy now. This invoices table. Look at this invoices table. Is referencing which table? Clients, Abi? It's referencing clients table. Abi now. Hello, are we here?
Yes, yes.
The client ID is a foreign key on invoice table. So it's referencing client table having a client ID. Now he's saying that on delete restrict on update cascade. So I'm looking for the one that has on delete set null or on delete cascade. I'm trying to look for someone that has something like that. But if I don't find, maybe I can use this guy. Look at the payments table. So let me just say on update cascade. On the payments table, we have is referencing client ID, which is on the client table. It's referencing clients for client ID, and is what on update cascade. So what this guy actually means is that now in the client table, client ID is a primary key, don't forget. Now, right? right? So let me come here
Yeah.
first. Let me come here first of all and create a new tab. So I want to do. I want to join. I want to create a relationship between clients and payments now. Now, in this place, this is a payments table. Payments table is referencing clients table with client ID on update cascade. So what this means is that whenever I go to the clients table and add another client by default this particular payments table will be updated. There is going to be an update on this guy. Or no, don't let me say, so if I should update a particular client's ID, any information about a particular client in the client table, that result will be updated on the payments table also. Does that make sense to us? So any update that is made on the client table will be automatically referenced in the payment table with the client. So but there is a way. So I don't want to use this one. It's too. So let me see whether the employees table has that kind of. So employees referencing offices on update cascade. Okay. So we have offices, then we have years. So offices and what do you call it? Employees. So we have the offices, then employees is now referencing the office. Is referencing office ID in offices. This one is also referencing employees. This one doesn't matter. Office ID in offices on update cascade. So if I should go to offices now, first of all, let me select from offices. Oh, sorry, I have to click on SQL underscore HR. So I have this result. Now, if I should come here, update now. Update. Maybe sounds update office. I don't know if I can do this from offices. Where office underscore ID equals to 1. Oh, sorry. Update offices. Set office underscore ID equals to maybe 11. Don't forget that office ID is a primary key. So any number I'm setting here should be unique in this part. So I cannot put 2 because there's already 2 here. So it means that I want to change the office ID 1 to 11. So it's no longer 1, it's now 11. Do you understand?
Yes.
So by default, any office ID that is, so let me first of all write this. Let's start from employees. So now by default, if I should perform this operation of offices table, by default, everything in employees table that has office ID 1 will be replaced by what?
11.
It should be replaced by 11. So let's perform this operation first. So we have done this update. Let's do a select start from offices to see the changes, Now it is now 11, right?
Yeah.
So let's check the employees table. What do you have here?
11.
So
11.
everything
11.
that, so every info that has office ID 1 by default has changed on the employees table. So that's what on update so if you do on delete cascade now don't forget this can only occur with foreign key, because I cannot say, though it can occur with primary key when you say on delete cascade. Now, so if I say on delete set null, you cannot set a particular primary ID in a particular table to null, because primary key cannot take null values. So you have to know what you are doing. So but that's majorly what it's doing. So if this guy is referencing this guy for a particular with a particular column, it means that any operation you do on this guy by default is going to affect this guy. So let me go back to that guy here. So you have employees table referencing office ID on update cascade. So any update you make on the offices table is going to affect the employees table. So if you say, if I remove this update and put on delete cascade, it means that if I should delete any information from the offices table, any information that is related to it on the employees table will be deleted. So in this case I did update. So let's say it is on delete cascade. If I say delete offices, delete office ID from offices where office ID is equals to 1, and that thing is deleted. So if I go to employees table, I won't find any information that is related to office ID 1 again. But if I say on delete set null, if I say on delete set null, this one is different. What is it that if I should delete anything from this place, and it's reference, and this guy is referencing that particular thing in this guy, that as I did update, let's say it's delete I did for office ID 1. So in employees table, so wherever you have office ID 1, you go to remove it and put it with null values. So that's what on delete set null is going to do. You understand? Do you understand that last part?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's continue tomorrow again. Tomorrow is another day. I'm seriously having a big right now. My head is banging. So I believe we had a great time today.
Yeah.
Richard, I don't know whether Richard is just virtually here and he's not physically here.
It's probably not here, or I don't know.
Yeah. So we see tomorrow again. Same time.
All right, no problem. Yeah. Oh, no, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
All right.